Hello, I'm Meghan Schiller from KDKA-TV News, and this is your KDKA News Now update. I've got your top headlines and the latest weather. Tonight we have an update on the dog that was electrocuted on a city bridge. The city of Pittsburgh is now promising to take action to prevent it from happening again. The dog's owners tell me this action is something they weren't entirely sure would ever happen. And now they're going to wait and see if this promised full inspection and regular maintenance plan gets in motion soon. We first sat down with Bob and Kathy Robinson-Dassel in January, just days after the electrocution of their beloved dog, Nikki.
We did everything together.
Nikki got electrocuted as she walked across a metal plate on the sidewalk of the Murray Avenue Bridge. Bob's dealt with the grief for months and just adopted another rescue dog, Tucker.
It was just such a sad day for me, and it's still sad, and I'll always miss Nikki. But as you can see, Tucker is going a long way to filling that spot in my heart.
The city now says it hired Top Step 1964 Consulting to investigate Nikki's death, and the investigation report gives us our first look at the electrical wiring tucked under the metal plate in question. The wires that run to the nearby streetlight appear burnt and deteriorated, with the weatherproof conductors completely bare. The wires were not connected to any grounding attachments in this enclosure, and the city now vows to inspect every single light fixture in its street lighting system.
That's very encouraging that the city has taken some responsibility for making sure that the problem where Nikki was electrocuted on a public street and a public bridge is being looked after with a couple of safety procedures put into place.
KDKA Investigates first reported on the earlier calls to 311 about electric currents felt on the bridge prior to Nikki's death. The city confirmed an inspector did walk the bridge but couldn't find anything. The city said going forward, it will investigate any future 311 calls regarding electricity with electricians with the proper equipment to detect an electrical current.
I mean, I think it's important that if someone does call in, that people who come out and respond to that call are equipped and trained.
And he hopes this news means Nikki's death will not be in vain.
Nikki bit my hands to keep me away from her while she was being electrocuted. It fits in with maybe her doggy spirit or whatever, that she is now helping prevent other animals or possibly children or adults from suffering the same type of fate.
An Erie County mother claims that UPMC Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh wrongfully implanted an experimental heart valve in her son without their knowledge. As KDK Money editor John Delano reports, that has led to both a congressional inquiry and strong denials from UPMC.
At age 14 in 2017, Michael Carlo had a heart valve implant at UPMC Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh that he and his mother say was experimental and unapproved by the Food and Drug Administration.
I was implanted what I was told was a MASA valve, and which was made of Gore-Tex, which I didn't know at the time wasn't approved, and I had no idea.
Neither did Michael's mother, Anne Marie Swanson, who signed the consent form without full knowledge, she says.
We followed the recommendation of the doctor at UPMC, yet he did not disclose to us that it was not FDA approved, that it was experimental.
A few years later, says Michael, the valve started to fail.
For about a year, I went through congestive heart failure, and the valve was quite literally falling apart inside of me.
He credits doctors at the Mayo Clinic with saving his life by removing the UPMC implant and replacing it with an FDA-approved valve. But he worries about others. He and his mother reached out to Congressman Mike Kelly, who referred the matter to a congressional committee that is asking the FDA to clarify the use of experimental devices and informed consent. What is it you'd like the government to do?
I'd like for them to get to the bottom of this, I want them to find out how many kids did they do this to? How many people didn't know that their kid was implanted with an experimental heart valve? These people experimented on children without their parents knowing.
UPMC strongly rejects claims they did anything wrong, noting, quote, "We've never implanted any experimental valves in anyone, period. For all patients who undergo cardiac procedures, all materials used in their treatment are FDA approved, and we always obtain the proper consent," unquote. However, Swanson says this experience has led to this conclusion when it comes to her child's health care.
Research for yourself.
So far, the FDA has not responded to the House Commerce Committee's letter of inquiry. John Delano, KDKA TV News.
And now, here's First Alert meteorologist Ray Petlin with a look at your weather.
Oh yeah, there's some things to take away from this that are great, like today was, with sunshine and warm temperatures, and some things that are not so great, like the winds we're expecting tonight. In just 10 minutes from now, we see a wind advisory click on. That stays in effect until 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. It's for the potential of wind gusts coming out of the ridges towards the west, so east to west winds that could top 50 miles per hour. And this advisory is for Indiana County, Westmoreland County, Fayette County, Preston County, and the ridges of Monongalia. So this is where we're expecting the gustiest of the winds to occur tonight. At the moment, we have wind gusts that are running 20 to 30 miles per hour, so not too bad yet, but those winds will be picking up as those winds rush down the ridges later on tonight. And I think by the time we're getting to about midnight, 1 a.m., this is where we're looking at probably the strongest winds of this whole entire First Alert weather night. 50 mile per hour gusts not out of the question. Uniontown, 40, 45 up towards Greensburg. You get those wind gusts again from the ridges blowing back towards the city, although I don't think they're going to be too incredibly intense by the time they make it to Pittsburgh. So again, a wind advisory till 1 p.m. tomorrow for areas off to the east. This is because of the wind gust potential getting to 50 miles per hour, and this could have impacts on trees and power lines. So power outages certainly a concern out towards the ridges and the base of the ridges for tonight into early tomorrow morning. A couple showers trying to show up near Cleveland. Those aren't reaching the ground, but through the night we are going to see clouds taking over. So widespread cloud cover moves in overnight. Mostly cloudy skies tomorrow, but you're not going to get to enjoy too much dry time. Right after the morning commute, we see that rain take over, and it's going to stick with us through a good portion of the day. Most of it light, but a good portion of the day we have this rain, and then we catch some breaks in that rain for Wednesday. So I think some peaks of sunshine there, maybe a stray shower, but most of Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday dry with some sunshine coming in later on this week. However, into the weekend, the Easter weekend, there will be some showers. So here's how things are going right now. We have these mid to upper 60s, still very warm and clear at the moment. Tonight, temperatures are going to fall down into the low to mid 40s. This comes with increasing clouds, advisories, of course, for the wind off to the east, and overall, a warm setup tonight. Not quite as warm tomorrow, but still a very mild day with that rain. 59 degrees there, back to the mid 60s. On Wednesday, a couple of showers there. Mid-50s Thursday and Friday. I think these days are both looking quite nice. Saturday, 60 with rain, and then Sunday, maybe a spotty shower or two. I think most of Easter is going to be dry. Monday, though, we see the showers coming back.